Um,
I might rent it for like a month or something.
yeah, 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 yeah.
This whole exclusive coming up.
Something like that. Yeah, I see. All right, trying to go live. Okay, I think we are indeed live. I believe. Yeah, yeah, we're here. I'm gonna share the link in a variety of places. Now, I know. What's it called? I said, "Ooh, is that?" I heard the iPhone alarm, but
It's one of my neighbors.
uh, what? Damn, for wow, I heard that from far away.
Yeah, it's loud. They
Wow,
travel all, so.
wow. So you know, of course, Celeste
Mm,
being one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life, right?
mm,
And that that game, is pretty much known for it being a bit difficult, right?
mm.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I feel like Ori is more difficult,
It's interesting.
honestly. And like but it's not like the difficulty that I don't like where I don't know how to complete it. Like I know what to do, you
Hmm.
know? It's just a matter of oh man, like I have to get that perfectly like shit. Like it's a very similar difficulty to like uh, other games I played and it's in the realm of Celeste, but it feels a little bit harder than Celeste.
Would you put it up there with like Hollow Knight?
I didn't even play Hollow Knight after the plane ride I had. Like it just didn't grab me, which I really should. I wish I could go back and beat that. I should go back. That might be my next Switch game for this year.
After Party drops today.
Oh shit, yeah, yeah, yeah.
If I have time, I'm gonna try to get to it, but
Are you gonna grab that?
I might if I have enough free time today, because Tuesdays are my super busy days, and I got a presentation on Thursday I gotta work for. So
I see, I see.
uh,
Chat,
I'll
what's
try to squeeze it in.
I feel you. Chat, what's going on? How we doing? What's happening? What was I gonna say? Did you pick up Outer Worlds? Outer Wilds, Outer Worlds, Outer, whatever.
Neither of them, but I'm really because I was gonna try and hold off until for Outer Worlds until Black Friday, but the more I hear about it, the more I'm like I kind of want to check this out.
Yeah, at least on Gamescast, I'm sure you heard Gamescast this week. Greg wasn't loving it, but he still recognized it as a good game. Just wasn't, I
It's
guess, speaking to
interesting.
him, which I thought it would.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like he's the only negative I've seen on it.
Really?
Everyone else is super positive. Like three of my friends are playing it; they're having a great time.
Hmm.
Um, and I've talked to you about how I don't enjoy Fallout.
Right. Right.
This seems like if Fallout was made for me. That's why I've
Hmm.
been so interested in it the entire time. So,
Hmm. I'm just trying to be competent in the multiplayer in Modern Warfare because holy shit, we'll probably talk about that on the podcast, but that is a learning curve and a half. Like oh my god,
I bet.
yeah, it is definitely different, definitely different. But um, do, 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 do. I still have to reply to the comments on the Death Stranding video yesterday.
I didn't even get a chance to look at that, but I saw the Discord
Yeah,
conversation.
apparently there's some people wilding in there. Apparently, allegedly, apparently.
I mean, I get it based on the thumbnail, but the
Yeah, yeah.
thumbnail, the
Yes.
art of a thumbnail is to get people to
Here's
look at
exact.
it.
Here's exactly what happened. Right. I first put ruined with no question mark, and then I'm like,
Hmm.
Kev, you can't say that it's ruined because that's not
Yeah.
the point of the video. Like you never made the point that it is ruined because of the PC port. I'm not port, but I guess port. It's fine. I guess port. Um, So I was like, all right, cool. Let me add a question mark. To add the the speculative nature. Like, is it ruined, guys? Click on the video. Let's see. And yeah, I don't know. And I'm sure we'll talk about that I feel like we gotta talk about Death Stranding at least a little bit in this podcast.
Yeah, why don't
we'll probably
we
get to it.
get the show rolling
Yeah,
and we can
let's-
open with some Death Stranding chatter.
Let's get it going. I'm gonna roll the intro. Chip.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 57 of Cross Circle, the official podcast for PlayStation Source. I'm your host, Christian Buckley. Joining me this week is Kevin Diaz.
What's going on? How we doing? What's happening?
As
you doing?
it is every week,
All good.
college.
College is indeed happening. It is indeed happening.
Yeah.
I thought October would be the crucible of my last semester. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You like that? Like that word? You like that? I know you do. You know what I'm saying? I thought it'd be October. It looks like it's gonna be November. November is gonna be the absolute trek to graduation. We're almost there. I just keep daily. I think about, okay, December 17th I walk, and I get the diploma, and I'm good, and all this will be over. But we gotta get there.
I have another semester left, at least. I might do an extra. I don't know yet.
Really?
But this semester, specifically this month, has been hell for free time.
I feel you.
Like, I tried last night to squeeze in some Fire Emblem because I'm really close to that ending.
Right.
I've reached the final fight.
Okay.
But that final fight, I looked at that map. That's gonna be a test.
Oh man.
So,
oh man. I don't know.
Don't know when I'm getting to that. But you have been playing a new release that was one of your most anticipated.
I have.
That we will get to that.
Indeed. Absolutely.
That's the meat of today's show.
The meat. Absolutely.
But I want to start off with a little side salad.
We got the first course going. Okay, we got a full-on Cross Circle podcast. Links in the description. Go ahead, follow those.
So whenever I go to something like a Longhorn, and they're like, "Oh, do you want a side salad with that?" And I'm like, or like a starting salad.
Right.
They're like, "Do you want garden or Caesar?" I always go Caesar.
Oh, absolutely.
I really judge a place based on their Caesar salad.
I mean, here's the thing, right? I feel like it's just hard. It's hard to mess up a Caesar. At least I believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the Caesar is pretty consistent overall. You know, now I do judge restaurants off of their ranch quality, right? Because
I'm not a ranch fan.
You're not a ranch fan? Here's the thing.
I don't know I'm eating ranch. I'm okay with it.
I'm not a store-bought ranch fan. There's a big difference. Okay. Store-bought ranch is absolutely appalling.
Gotcha.
Right? If it's made, it's all good. But this is not a ranch podcast. You may proceed on your point.
Right. So our side salad that we're presenting to the audience today is
Caesar.
A Hideo Kojima salad. Because we got the news yesterday that Death Stranding 2020 summer will also be coming to PC. And a lot of people freaked out.
Indeed. A lot of people did freak out on Twitter. I was like, wow. I was like, guys, really? Really? We're this upset? We're upset. Like,
I was talking to you about it. I was like, man, I got a locked and loaded rant ready.
I almost spilled my coffee.
Honestly, this is what I have to say now.
Let's go.
Get over it.
Damn, guys.
Big deal.
Christian's telling y'all to get over it, guys.
What's the big? What is the problem here?
I mean, that was what I was trying to get across in the video today. I didn't understand. I'm like, how does this take away from Death Stranding quality wise of the game? Can someone explain that to me? Like,
I think the merit of having an exclusive on PC, and honestly, I think it should be like any PS4 exclusive. I think they should be open to being on PC.
Right.
If I'm being fully honest right now, because yes, I think exclusives help a brand.
Absolutely.
I think exclusives beef up a console. I wouldn't have switched from a 360 to a PS3 if it wasn't for Uncharted. But PC and PS4 is not like there's not a lot of crossover there. I have a PC, I built it for editing, and I've played a couple old games on it.
Right.
But I'm buying a PS5.
Right.
I would prefer to play Death Stranding on my PS4 instead of my PC.
Right. Right.
because I'm just a console guy. The people that have an Xbox are like, hey, I really want to play Death Stranding. I don't think they would go out of their way to build an expensive PC that could run Death Stranding when they could just buy PS4 because they're already in a console ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's anyone thinking that an exclusive being on PC hurts the sales of a console, that is ridiculous.
Yeah,
It
I just, yeah. I mean, I, like, I'm gonna say something that a lot of people are gonna hate that I'm gonna say. Right? They're gonna be like, "Man, you're really just gonna at us in the chat." Yes, I'm gonna at you all in the chat, right? Unfortunately, Christian, I think we have a situation here where people are more concerned over the brand of PlayStation and how it looks optically and the bolstering of exclusives and how we've been saying that for a few months and a few years now. Saying that, like, that is the main draw of PlayStation, and like, we're not giving out our games like Xbox is giving them to like Switch, always on Switch. You know what I'm saying? And like every Xbox game is going on PC. Obviously, Microsoft's that umbrella makes sense, but I think that is what they're really mad about is
Mhm.
that they can't use Death Stranding as a way to sell PlayStation to other people. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
still can.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's what I don't understand. It's like, wait, it's not like they're taking off Death Stranding from PlayStation and burning every physical copy when the PC port comes out.
Right. Also,
That's
we
not happening.
have 8 months.
That's
With the
I
way
know.
games exist now, this thing is gonna get eaten up by January, and then everybody's gonna forget about it until the people that were waiting for PC get it on PC.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Look what happened with Red Dead. Didn't Red Dead launch on PC already, or is it about
No,
to?
it's about to in like November. It's gonna be on the Rockstar Games
Right.
launcher. Let's make sure.
So it didn't launch yet. Is my question.
Yeah, yeah, no, sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
no, not yet.
Well, when Red Dead comes out, I'm sure it's gonna be like, oh man, look at how pretty this game is. But like, nobody's gonna be having that discussion and debate about is Red Dead actually good? Is it worth playing for the controls like they did before?
Right. I can't
It's
wait to
gonna
see
be a
that
different
game on
discussion.
PC. I can't wait to see the game on PC though. I think it's gonna look fire on PC.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's gonna look real good. But
But
I think it was
as
all
far as
absurd. Yeah, it
yeah,
was.
as far as exclusives go, like I really think, and again, this is me who has a general vague knowledge of how business works.
Right.
I think if you have that game available to a wider market of people, it would make up for any potential damage you take as far as console sales would go.
Mm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
here's my brother, for example. My brother last year bought a PS4 Slim for Red Dead because he's like, I know Red Dead's coming to PC eventually, but I really want to play it day one. And then he kept his PS4, he played through Red Dead, and then he was like, hey, Death Stranding, do you think it would come to PC? And I was like, maybe. I don't know. It's on a PlayStation or it's on a engine owned by a PlayStation first party, so I don't know.
Right. Right.
I think he's still getting Death Stranding day one because that's the only game he's talking about getting this fall.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So there we go. End of discussion.
Do you know? I mean, I think the bigger question here
Yeah.
is 505 Games publishing the PC what do you think the backstory on that is? Like, I just don't see Sony being like. I mean, I guess I do. I guess it's all different because it's Kojima and it's not your average, person or your average studio behind it. Like, it's Kojima. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that probably has a lot to do with it. But to let Kojima use the Decima engine and all of its assets and like everything that comes with that, right? But then to
Mhm.
have it published by a different company other than Sony for the PC version, like, how do you feel about that? You know?
Honestly, I don't care because clearly PlayStation doesn't care.
Um, yeah,
I'm sure they're making a cut on it because of the engine.
they have to. I guess I imagine. Yeah, I assume there's some sort of setup there.
So I think it's like inconsequential, if I'm being honest.
Interesting. Interesting.
So
I just thought that was the bigger story than it coming to PC. I'm like, whoa, wait, like, man,
yeah,
Sony's not
it's an
publishing it.
interesting choice,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if PlayStation ever has a history with ever publishing something on PC. Like, I don't know what happened with Detroit, but
Have didn't they do those? Or am I
I
tripping?
thought
Who's
Detroit
gonna?
went to Epic.
Oh wait, you're right. Yeah, you're right. What
I
about
don't
Journey?
Journey, that might have just been that game company doing it on
Mm,
their own.
mm, mm.
So,
I suppose. I suppose.
everyone just needs to calm down. Death Stranding's gonna be fine. And honestly, I think at the root of it all, I think it's just the crowd that is obsessive over Death Stranding. People or is obsessive over people excited for Death Stranding, and they're using this as a way to like also take steam out of it.
Right.
You know, it's like the
Right.
people that were like, I don't get why Death Stranding's exciting. Why is Kojima important? You know,
Why
they
is
see this and
Kojima
they're like,
important?
see, it's gonna be bad. It's like, all right, guys, shut up.
Man, I
Just play
saw
the game.
I
You're gonna
saw
get it.
I saw an interesting amount of people cancel their pre-order publicly on Twitter.
Why would you do that?
I was like, wait, I don't. Why? I would
It's for the
literally was like, wait, why? It's it's still coming November 8th. It's still going to be as good as it would have been without the PC port.
yeah.
It's still good.
Yeah,
I mean,
the game is still the
it
game.
still
It
is
might
what it
not
is.
run at like upwards of 60 frames, but like it's still gonna be the game, you know?
Indeed, indeed, crazy, crazy, y'all. I don't condone this, but oof. I'd
Moving
say
on though.
that's really. Mm-mm.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Indeed,
Got this at launch
I did.
Thursday night.
I did. I didn't play because servers were melting, so I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go out, hang out with friends. Not gonna play during the first day, but
So Friday.
yeah, Friday I played the whole campaign in one sitting. It was
Nice.
yeah, it was that good, and on so side story, unfortunately, right? Usually when I play, well, not usually, but sometimes, I'll record my full playthrough of the game just in case I want to go back and like reference some clips, whatever, just in case,
Yeah.
right? So open up OBS, everything looked all good. Hit record, play 5 hours of the campaign, beat it,
Mhm.
all good, cool. I hit stop record. I look at the recording, and it's in like 480p, and I'm like, what?
Oh.
I'm like, what the hell happened? I forgot to switch the profile on my OBS,
Uh,
and that really hurt, cause
that's rough.
this game is gorgeous. Number one, this game is really really gorgeous, but I don't want to start there, right? Um, when I beat this campaign, right, Christian? I think I texted you either yesterday, no, either the day after or right after. That, like it was giving me some like Titanfall 2 story type of feelings, about it. Now, looking side by side, right? I think I like the Titanfall 2 story more and playing through that more. But this is like right behind it,
Okay.
honestly. Like it was really really well done.
So, to my knowledge, the writing team for this game, it consists of a former Naughty Dog staff.
It does. Mhm.
The same. They also wrote Infinite Warfare,
Really?
which, as far as I know, a lot of people swear by that campaign, and I do want to play that campaign eventually.
Yeah, a lot of people I've heard like that campaign as well. I did not play it just because Infinite Warfare I think was honestly the Call of Duty I played the absolute least
Hmm.
when it first came out and like its
Yeah.
whole life cycle, honestly, because that year Uncharted 4 came out in that range of games. I think Horizon did as well. So I was just busy with those games instead of playing COD. And plus I just didn't like Infinite Warfare that much. Um, but I have heard that campaign is really good, and I didn't know it was by the same writers. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, for the Modern Warfare campaign, I want to start with a pretty broad question.
Okay.
Was there anything, or first off, I guess, for like, because we might dip into spoiler territory, so do you want to like give a brief overview of the campaign? Like, did you like it? Is it worth getting it for the campaign? What's your stance on it?
Here's the thing, right? I personally would say yes, it's worth it for the campaign, right? To like buy the game for the campaign. Now, I also want to preface to a lot of people, this campaign is short. You're not going to get the like 12, 15-hour experience from like what Jedi Fallen Order is looking to be, you know what I'm saying, or other CODs in the past, right? Like this, if if your standard COD campaign in the past was like uh, let's say 8 to 10 hours, let's just say like arbitrarily, this is straight up 5 hours, like
Hmm.
straight up 5 hours. So it is a shorter experience, but I think it's really, really good. And I think it's worth it. But I know that some people, they might not think 5 hours is worth $60, which is cool. Just wait till Black Friday. I'm sure it'll go on a sale, maybe down to 40. You know what I'm saying? Um, but
Last Black Friday, my friend got Black Ops 4 for like $25.
that's insane. That's fucking nuts. But
Check your Walmarts.
for real. But overall, the campaign has a really good pace to it. A lot of cool callbacks if you're an old Modern Warfare fan from Modern Warfare COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3. A lot of cool callbacks to the characters there. The ending is like the biggest fan service thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I loved it.
But
Um,
it's still a new take on it all, right? Like
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
it's not a sequel to any of those.
No, 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 it's not. Yeah, and like, yeah, it's not a sequel at all. It's just reusing like some of the characters and even some of the enemies as well in those old Modern Warfare, is kind of bringing them in like a new way. Which
Okay.
I thought it was odd when they first announced that, but it totally works here. It totally works. You know, it just
Here.
it's quote unquote a reboot, but they don't want to call it a reboot. I don't know.
But it definitely is a reboot.
It's essentially a reboot. Yeah, like I don't know why they just won't just say reboot. Like it's because the end of the campaign is definitely like, all right, we're probably gonna do a Modern Warfare 2. We're probably gonna do that. You know,
Why?
I don't know if they're gonna call it Modern Warfare 2, but
Are they
like,
gonna use Roman numerals? They should do that.
oh, dude, I'm gonna. Oh, I swear to
And then
God,
next year switch to Black Ops 5, like the number 5, and then switch into Roman numerals
V.
to the COD.
Oh man, yeah. I
Uh,
mean, I don't know what they're gonna call it, but there's definitely gonna be a sequel to this campaign.
okay.
There has to be. Yeah, hundred
I was
percent.
thinking about that the other day. How like I don't think the new God of War is gonna be called God of War 2. I bet it's gonna be called like God of War Ragnarok or
I
something.
I think that, yeah, that's what everyone's presuming, right? Because that's what I've been saying. I've been just
Yeah.
been saying God of War Ragnarok or whatever. Yeah,
So like having Modern Warfare
it's
and then Modern
literally,
Warfare 2, that's gonna be so stupid.
if they literally call it Modern Warfare 2, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. Because like, guys, like, at least COD 4 has, at least COD 4, the official title is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, right?
Right.
At least you got a 4 in there, right? Or people can just say, yo, COD 4 and then Modern Warfare. You know?
I've just been saying Modern Warfare 2019,
Mm.
which I don't want to have to say Modern Warfare 2 2023 or whatever whenever that thing's coming out, you know.
Complete side note. Don't know if you saw my tweet, right? But why did we say Spider-Man PS4 and like God of War 2018? What
Because
makes us say platform
Spider-Man
and
was revealed hashtag Spider-Man PS4.
oh shit, you're right.
And
Never
then for
mind.
like a year,
I'll
that's
rest
how
my.
we were calling it.
Yeah, you're right.
And then we didn't have the title Marvel Spider-Man until like the year it came out, I
Wait.
think.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'll rest my case.
And then God of War, it's the case of like there's a God of War and there's a God of War. So God of War is the PS2 game, and then God of War 2018 is the reboot.
There's a God of War and there's a God of War.
Um, so I get so back to my question, and this
Absolutely.
might be spoilery depending on how you answer it.
Cool.
Is there anything in this campaign that is like too edgy?
Okay, this is a great question. This is what I'm here for. Okay. Let me. I'm slipping in the spoilers, okay, boys. I'm slipping in the spoilers. Honestly, I think the most like, oh my god, scene I played was when you're playing as a kid.
Oh, the thing
The
from the preview.
the mission that they described during the preview event, like a
Yeah.
few months ago, where you play as like a young girl and like your mom gets killed in an unfortunate attack and stuff like that. That was pretty rough, you know. But honestly, I don't know if it's a matter of, you know, we've played other violent games or whatever, but it didn't seem that absurd. Like there were some really really messed up parts in this game, right? You know,
So, I mean, like with what you're saying, the way it was described in the previews, and like I guess how they present it, sort of trying to think of how you just said it doesn't land or like it doesn't feel bad.
it, yeah, like,
Um, it's still first person, right?
yeah, uh-huh, yeah, yeah,
And like, is the child talking frequently? Like, does it
yeah,
speak like a child?
yeah. So like you play as a child, and like your whole point of view is like 3 feet, like in half, right?
Yeah,
And what's even cool is that at the end of that level, you have to kill like you have to kill two guards, right?
right.
So when you aim down sight, you're like aiming really slowly, and like it's super wobbly because like you're a kid, like you don't know how to fire a gun. You know what I'm saying? So like you're like it kind of sells it in a really cool way of like, yeah, like you're not this sharpshooter as like a 5-year-old, obviously. You know, like
Right.
it's swaying everything, and it's like super intense. Um, but I thought the weirdest thing was the height difference because I don't think I've played a COD that ever like did that, you know?
I
So
mean, when you squat in a game,
yeah, but it's like even shorter. Like it's not even
okay,
saying when you're squatting because like when you're squatting, it was like I was prone essentially.
okay, okay.
Yeah, but you were just really short, and that was kind of jarring. But and that mission, like yeah, like, yeah, it's just I think that was the most brutal, just because like man, like this is this is brutal, you know. Definitely that one. I'm trying to think of any other moments that were like super brutal. Like, but I just didn't think other than that point of view and like there were ooh, so I'm I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but this came out where it was a big question after the campaign event that they had over the summer of there was a big question of could you kill the baby in the mother's arms in this one level where you're going through a house and you're clearing stuff.
I,
Yeah,
I did hear about this.
yeah. And apparently, when you shoot the baby, like the game's like, "Are you serious?" And like, I think it boots you out to the main menu. I think.
That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to not kill the baby, and you know, I don't know if it's a controversial thing to say, but I personally did not want to murder a baby, even in a video game. I felt no necessary, to do that, but you
Yeah.
could, yeah. Um, but I just think like I just didn't think it was that violent and that cruel, you know,
Just the
overall.
campaign overall.
Yeah, like I didn't yeah, like there was definitely some moments I was like, man, like, but I feel like the equivalent to like No Russian was and like there is a torture scene that like the game doesn't give you a prompt like, hey, do you want to do this like in No Russian back in Modern Warfare 2, but Price is like, hey, are you in or out? We're gonna do this to this dude. If you can't handle it, you can leave. If you want, you can stay. So like, there's no menu, but that's your way of like, choosing yes or no. Essentially, I chose yes, and even that, like that was like you were just threatening, someone's wife and kids with a gun,
Hmm.
and like you didn't have to fire or anything like that. So I don't know. Like it I was waiting for like something insane. Like something like on the realm of like No Russian where
Okay.
you could literally kill like a bunch of just random lame men. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that got close to that was the kid flashback, and everything else was just pretty, just
Okay.
standard COD.
Next question.
Mm.
Call of Duty. Again, I don't have a ton of experience with the Modern Warfare series, but they always have like crazy set pieces or like big set pieces at least.
Right.
Uh, do you feel like they were toned down in this one? Did the set pieces feel like they didn't fit with the campaign since it was more grounded, or did they tone them down enough to make it all feel like it could be a real world?
It felt definitely toned down. There wasn't any like crazy like what I remember like the biggest set piece from Mario 2 I remember is like when you're in the prison and you like repel up to the helicopter and like the whole prison exploding under you, whatever. You know, like that's like the most absurd thing I've ever seen in my life. But like there
Am I
was,
wrong? Was there a game where a building was falling and you were in it?
I think that sounds like Modern Warfare 3. I forgot
It might have been
specifically.
Ghosts,
Oh, really?
because I
Ghost.
think I played that
I did
mission.
too. I did too. Probably could have been Ghost, probably, but yeah, but there wasn't anything like you're, doing any like Michael Bay type, crazy stuff. Um, but what I think is like the biggest like draw to this campaign is that it puts you in a lot of like really intense, really intense moments. That I liked a lot. Like there's a lot of just like really cool like man like all right, we're storming London. Okay, like let's. There's civilian. There's like people shopping in the street. Cool. All right. Like I don't know. It was just like the the locations and the instances it puts you in. I felt were the most compelling in terms of like gameplay and stuff like that, and like where you're actually fighting in this world.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think the set pieces were like anything to write home about or like anything really cool, you know?
So another question that may be spoilery. Well, definitely will be.
Mm.
You mentioned this. You mentioned that nothing seems too insane. Nothing seems too crazy. So that makes me think what I'm about to ask, the answer would be no.
Okay.
But you're saying that this ending is crazy fan service.
Yes.
Does a nuke go off at the end
No.
of this game? No? Okay.
No. So what the game does throughout the story is that it'll frame certain things up from iconic moments in the Modern Warfare series.
Hmm.
So, for example, like the nuke thing where you're in the helicopter flying away, COD 4, and you see the nuke go off. Uh, in this game, you're in the helicopter going away, and a big explosion goes off, like a massive one, not a nuke though. So like it's supposed to connect you, to that, and like one of the characters, it's not Price, but one of the characters that you're with throughout the story goes, "Ooh, stay frosty." You know what I'm saying? Like, which is obviously like a Captain Price reference and stuff like that. And like we get so many shots of not so many, but like a few shots of Price smoking his cigar. There we go.
Yep.
Sometimes obviously that gillied up. There's a lot of there's like two times where like you're not exactly gillied up, but it's a similar kind of facet to what you're doing in that mission. So like there's just a bunch of like callbacks to the okay, I think probably the deepest cut in this entire game is okay, how much Modern Warfare 2 did you play?
Just multiplayer at my friend's house.
Okay, you remember of course the iconic map terminal,
Yes.
right? Okay. So there's a level where you have to fight in London. I'm sure you've seen it in the trailers and stuff like that. And when you go through some doors that have metal oh my god,
Detectors.
detectors, thank you. It makes the same sound as the terminal doorways. That like ringing is the same sound. So I was like, ooh, like all right, cool. Like like that's just like, oh shit, like I know that sound cue. It's super small, but it's like little stuff like that around the entire campaign. It's like, oh, okay, like this is cool. But
Hmm.
the ending, I almost want to say it because like in the grand scheme of things, if you know that Captain Price is in this game, you can
I'm going
connect
to
some dots. Yeah.
I'm going to hold my hand up.
Okay.
Tell me the ending of this game, and once you're done, I'll put my hand down.
All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling the ending to this game.
And if you're listening on a podcast service, skip ahead.
Skip ahead like 30 seconds.
Okay.
30 seconds. All right, so Kevin Price is detailing some of his old comrades. He goes, Simon Riley, you know what I'm saying? Soap, etc. Mac Tavish, whatever. And then Simon was Ghost, and she's like, oh, like there's no image on his file, and he's like, yeah, there was never an image for Ghost. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And stuff like that. And so then because she's sending Price on like the next big thing in the next game, whatever. And like Captain Price's like, well, I need a fucking team. You know what I'm saying? And so she's like, all right, I guess these are your guys. Like, what would they be calling you guys? And Captain Price goes, Task Force 141. And it's like the most dope shit ever. Which, of course, the iconic, that's like what the team is called in Modern Warfare 2 and COD 4. Task Force 141.
Okay.
And yeah, that was the like, I was like, let's fucking go. Like, that was sick as fuck. They weren't in the actual campaign, but just knowing that they are there. The only person that did show up was Nikolai from COD 4. I think he was in Modern Warfare 2 for a little bit. I think.
So I saw that at the end of the game, it said the story continues in Spec Ops.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think they're going to touch on this in Spec Ops?
No.
Okay.
No.
Have you played any Spec? Okay, I can put my hand down, I guess.
Yeah.
So you haven't played any Spec Ops yet?
No, I did play survival mode. The mode that is exclusive to PlayStation for an entire year. Quite absurd, but quite absurd. But I played a little bit of that. It was cool. It was fun. But I want to touch Spec Ops though because it picks up. Like it's not like anything. Like I could definitely see if you don't play Spec Ops and don't get that story, it's totally fine. It's like a separate side thing. Like hey, like while this whole main story was going on,
Okay.
shit
That's
was going down over here. Yeah. Like it's a very small thing, but I think it's cool how it connected to, the overall story.
Yeah.
A nice how it fit in, but it's not anything crazy or drastic that you have to play,
Well, that's good to hear.
Indeed. Indeed.
So I guess that's pretty much like all the questions I have for you as someone who has little experience with the Modern Warfare series as a story perspective.
Right.
But I guess for your overall enjoyment of the game, is there anything else in the campaign that you want to touch on specifically before we talk multiplayer for a little bit? Or
yeah, I think there are three main things that this campaign did that I thoroughly feel like any rest of the CODs that get released in the future years, I hope they have a campaign just like this in a few ways, right? Number one, I like it was short and sweet. Right, it didn't drag on for like a super crazy amount of time. It didn't like waste your time. Like it was, while people might criticize, I don't want to pay $60 for a 5-6 hour campaign. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Titanfall 2 literally every other week. You know what I'm saying? And like we love that story because it was short, sweet, to the point. It had great moments. It had just a great story. It started, you played it, ended. That was it, and I think that Modern Warfare like is the equivalent to that, right? So I really hope that any future CODs like do this and don't do like some long drawn out like in like the later Black Ops like there's like a hub, you know what I'm saying, that you can go and upgrade your and it's like I don't want to customize my class for the next mission. Like I would never want to. I never did. You know what I'm saying? It's like just give me a good story. Give me a good pay story. If it's 6 hours, cool. It's all right. Like it doesn't have to be this long drawn out thing. Go ahead.
The rumor is that Black Ops next year is getting the same treatment that Modern Warfare got this year, as far as doing like a weird reboot thing, right?
Yeah, which is interesting. Very interesting.
Because as far as we know, this campaign for Black Ops 4 was scrapped, so they could get it out on time.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they either retool that to be a condensed 6 hour campaign. Maybe they just make a new short campaign. I don't know, but
yeah.
I don't have as much of an attachment to Modern Warfare, like I said. So if Black Ops does get this treatment and it does get that short and sweet campaign that's real solid, just like that first one was next year, I'm in on that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and then the another aspect is the cutscenes. I don't know what tech they used. I don't think I've seen. It looked just like a more polished version of like Advanced Warfare cutscenes, but like it just looked really good. It looked I was like, wow, like this is a stunning cutscene. And it does a similar thing of like I'm trying to remember which game did this, but there was like the polished cutscenes and then the almost to gameplay parts of the cutscene where it's definitely using the in-game models and stuff like that. It doesn't look bad. It just looks all right. You can tell what is the polished cutscene where they're using different camera angles and like they're even showing your character as well in the cutscene, like from like a bird, not bird's eye, but like
Third person.
yeah, from like a different
Yeah,
perspective. Yeah, but
it's funny. I know this is definitely not the comparison you were thinking of, but in the first couple Kingdom Hearts games, there's story moments that happen, and it's just like the in-game model, and they have like 2D sprite work on their face to like bap 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 bap, like to speak, like their mouth is just
oh
opening and
shit.
closing, and they have like open eyes, closed eyes, and stuff like that.
Okay.
They look like dolls, and then
Yeah.
there are like fully animated, like
Right.
a 3D movie looking cutscenes that just looks
Yeah.
like they're both there, but that reminded me.
Yeah. Like it's not like the other cutscenes don't look bad. They're just you can tell. What's
Yeah,
real,
there's a difference.
but the really good ones are really good looking. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I mean
I don't. It was like wow, wow.
that initial reveal I thought looked very impressive.
Yeah, it looked jarring to me. I was like, wait, like this totally is not how COD campaigns or you usually roll cutscene wise. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, wow, crazy. Like I'm pretty sure Modern Warfare 2, they literally just had like graphics going around of like, oh, like where your next location is gonna be and like a bunch of like, as if you're looking through like a UAV map, whatever,
Yeah.
and just dialogue. Like that was like the storytelling perspective in Modern Warfare 2. So like to go from that to what we see in Modern Warfare, it's like wow, like it's a big jump. Like it's really really cool. And then what was crap? I just remember the other thing that it was that I had 3 points. One of them was the length. The other one was the cutscenes. What was the other one? Oh, I should have wrote these down. It is in almost there. Hold on, we're almost there. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, so towards the end of the campaign, there's a moment that it wasn't new to any COD story. Like I feel like we've had these moments before, but there was low key a boss fight, and I was like, huh, okay. I was like, all right. I was not expecting to do this, but it was essentially a boss fight, Christian. Like
Ha
low key.
it's like a Destiny boss fight or like a
No,
like
not like.
how do you do a boss fight in a first person shooter that's like not chip damage? Like
Well, okay, so essentially
when everyone else is a headshot, is it like a tank? Like Uncharted?
it was a juggernaut, right? But
Okay.
the way it was like framed, like you're in the hallway, you beat a bunch of baddies, whatever, and you think you're ready to go to the next room, whatever, and then
Mhm.
as you're going, you get blown back by the door being busted open by a big ass juggernaut, and they're like, "Holy shit!" Like what the fuck. And so like I don't know, it just to me like felt like, and like the way like the like music changed and the overall kind of composition of like how they had it going down. I was like, this is like a COD boss fight, which I I have to believe that there have been juggernauts in a COD campaign, but I don't think it's ever been framed like quite like this to make it feel like a boss fight. Like it was really cool. I was like, like this is like a cool change of pace, and it only like happens once. Like it's not like it's like every, like it's not like at the end of every level, like oh, like here's a boss fight. But I just thought that was really neat. I just thought it was cool. Like they just wanted to try something different. Like it seemed, like in the studio, and it worked for me.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was cool.
So the campaign sounds good. It sounds like it's a nice reinvention of Modern Warfare, you'd
Yeah,
say.
it's my second favorite COD campaign I've ever played.
Nice.
First is Black Ops, same as you.
Hmm.
But this one is definitely second. This one was excellent. Really, really
That's
good.
great.
Hmm.
And as far as the multiplayer goes, this is the only experience I have with the game because I played the alpha and the beta.
Yeah.
Uh, how has it changed? Because I
Rem-
think the last time we talked about the second beta for the Modern Warfare multiplayer, both of
Uh-huh.
us were kind of sour on it to
Yeah.
some degree.
Yeah.
So has anything changed? Does it look better visually? Because remember, like Ground War looked disgusting.
I haven't touched Ground War yet.
Okay.
I have yet to do that.
So for
Um,
what you have played, I
right.
remember um, some of your negatives, I guess, were like I remember the mini map being a thing, but they added that. Uh, so I guess just like the flow of it all.
Yeah. I am struggling
Okay.
upon launch and it's like, wait, this is wild. Like, it is it I and there could be a lot of different factors as to why this is, right? But I am doing considerably worse than I did in the beta. Like in the beta, I was really out here. I was really top of the leaderboards, doing it good. Doing it justice. Um, but upon launch, I'm just getting melted left and right, and I honestly feel like I think it's a mix between I don't know what because I know they did tweak some of the net code before launch in terms of servers, and like when I look in game, it's connecting my main server. Like it says my main server is Illinois, and I'm nowhere near there. I'm like hundreds of miles away from Illinois. I'm not even remotely close to Illinois. So that is a little bit odd, and like after I saw that, I felt like okay, like I'm being affected by some sort of networking issue, like 100%. Like I feel like it's taking me like at least one or two more bullets to kill someone, as opposed to them killing me. You know what I'm saying? And like that's like always been a thing that happens in COD. Like that's not anything new, but I feel like the level of it that it's happening to me, I feel it might warrant an issue. That actually like needs to be addressed in some sort of
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah, and like
Uh,
as far as I'm aware, I don't think I could change that because it says like that's my geographical region, and I'm like, it's
yeah.
not. Like it's not. Like I promise you.
Got something that like not customer support. Like, do you think that's a Infinity Ward thing, an Activision thing, or a PlayStation thing?
Fuck, I mean, I don't know. I don't like. I remember the beta saying LA. I'm like, okay, close enough.
Close
You know
enough.
what I'm saying? Yeah, like all right. You know,
Yeah,
close enough. All right.
that's interesting.
Yeah, but this one's saying Illinois. I was like, okay, huh. So like, I'm gonna try and maybe like,
Yeah,
disconnect my PS4 and plug back in and see what happens, like the Ethernet. But I don't know.
if anybody watching or listening has also had this problem, I would recommend commenting.
Yeah, most
See if this is a
most
widespread
definitely.
thing.
Yeah, most definitely. Please, yeah, let me know. I want to
Yeah,
know if it's just me or like what's up. But the connection seems off a little bit. But I think what it's most likely you know, as opposed to obviously my region being wrong. But I think that Modern Warfare, when they said like, "Hey, we're gonna get rid of 3 lane maps. We're gonna have maps at power positions and like that were like Modern Warfare 2 maps." I feel like some people were very excited about it. I wasn't one of those people because I'm like, guys, like that's not necessarily like the maps we want. Like I think you think those sound cool, right? But like if you remember some of the power points in Modern Warfare 2 maps and how absurd they were, you know, and like overall how good the maps have been with 3 lanes, like Black Ops 1 maps, Black Ops 2 maps, you know. I think Modern Warfare 3 even had a lot of 3 lane maps. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that should be the maps. You know what I'm saying? Like regardless of like what you think, like I mean I think like overall like the better because a lot of people are complaining about the maps is what I guess I'm saying here. It's like a lot of people, and I'm not I don't hate the maps yet. I still want to have some more time in there. You know what I'm saying? But I do recognize that like the maps aren't my favorite.
this is why I get my multiplayer fix from Destiny to Crucible now.
Crucible's so fun, dude.
Crucible's great. It's so
Crucible's so
good.
good. Crucible's so good. It's so fun. It's so satisfying.
Yeah.
But but there's a I don't know if you saw this clip on Twitter this week, but there's this clip of this dude and he's about to go into the middle of the street in a Modern Warfare map, right?
Uh-huh.
And before he goes in, he stops and he looks at like legitimately 8 or 9 different areas that enemies could be in. Like he checks this window, that window, that window, that window, that doorway, that alleyway, just in his point of view, like
Uh-huh.
just in his side of mind, right? Just like whatever, check everything. He thinks he's in the clear. He's all good. He's like, all right, I've checked all of my 11 spots that people could be in to kill me. Okay, cool. He walks just like 2 steps in and gets obliterated. And it's like, damn. And I'm like, yeah, that's like kind of how it is. Yeah. So like, I just think that with the combination of the way the maps are, how like you can have legit 11 points that you can be shot in,
Mhm.
versus the time to kill, which I now look back and laugh at how I said that it's similar to Black Ops 2. No, it's not. It is very fast. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
that's what I was feeling, man.
Yeah, I was like, Kev, what are you talking about?
So I guess my only question about multiplayer then is, since so much of the criticism of COD every year is it's the same thing again. Do you think that this new take with the maps is a case of you and others needing to, I believe the term is, get good?
That's what I kept saying to myself last night. I'm like, I don't think Modern Warfare is like a broken game. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's a broken multiplayer. Like, I think the multiplayer overall is really good. I like
Mm,
it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the way the guns feel. I do feel that every gun is ass until you get attachments on them. And I don't know if that's a design choice, if that's intentional, but it definitely seems like, the gun like definitely does not feel good at all until you put attachments on there. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
And
Yeah.
like I think that's because they said a lot leading up to launch that like, hey, like we want like the main character of like multiplayer to be your weapon. You know what I'm saying? And like
Right.
that's why they have a ton of different attachments and sights and grips and all this stuff like that you can put on the gun to make
Mm,
it what you want. You know what I'm saying? Even to the length of like you can make a AK-47, AK, the SMG version of the AK. Fuck, I forgot what's called.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that you can make that via the AK by putting attachments on there and like making it like an SMG. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think the emphasis put on attachments like definitely does bolster that, and I like that a lot. Like about
Mhm.
the game. I just think that with the combination of like the map design and the time to kill, that you gotta play a little bit more defensively. You know what I'm saying? You just really gotta like you can't rush in this game, a multiplayer. Like
Well, I guess that, for at least the way you're saying it, makes me think that they took the whole "this is the Modern Warfare universe" thing to heart, as far as making it feel grounded. Because, like, in a legitimate combat situation, I'm sure it would be much more like this than it would be a three-lane map, you know?
absolutely, yeah, absolutely,
Like, having
100%.
to take into consideration other things. So, like,
Yeah,
COD pushing back or like presenting something new, I think is, I'm glad they're doing that, even if the community at this point doesn't seem like they enjoy it fully. I think come Christmas, they're gonna be fine with it.
yeah, 100%. I agree. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of like, hey, listen, guys, like service level, yeah, we got to get good. But I just think it's a matter of just adapting your playstyle. And like I know like a lot of people have been complaining, mainly because they like to have a lot of movement in their COD multiplayer matches, and they like to, run the gun and use different tactics in terms of movement to be able to get the upper hand on the enemy, right? And
Mhm.
like that's just what they like. That's like what their playstyle is. Like they don't want to play defensive. They want to play a little bit more aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And like in this game, I mean, you got to be like so good to be aggressive in this game. At least from what I played so far. Like definitely the way this game you're gonna be good at is definitely just slowing down your pace. And I did and I tried to do that a lot more yesterday and was working out pretty good. You know,
Mhm.
I am seeing a lot of like deaths that I don't think I should have gotten. You know, um,
Mhm.
those are just to be expected with COD, but overall, I think everyone just needs to just slow down. You know, just
Well,
slow down.
I guess as it stands now, overall, are you happier than you were expecting to be with the game pre-launch? Like, has it met your expectations? Has it surpassed them? Are you underwhelmed? What's the
No,
level?
I'm. I guess I'm pretty over. I guess I'm pretty uppy up, and the main point of that I think is the campaign, honestly, because I just thought. I mean, I thought the campaign was just gonna be like, all right, standard COD campaign. We're gonna play a level that has a bunch of rooms that has enemies in it. Probably cool moments here and there, but I just was not expecting how much to enjoy the mod. Like I literally beat it in one sitting. I actually like beat it in one sitting. I was like, man, like oh shit, this is the last level. Like okay, cool. Like all right. Like hell yeah, you know. Um, like I just think that helped a lot because I just was not expecting it to be that good. I was not expecting to sit here and compare it to Titanfall 2 story, to be honest. But here we are, you know.
Yeah, that's bold. That's high
Honestly,
praise.
like it is that it is really good. It's really
Mhm.
good. It's really really good.
I'm glad
And
to hear that delivered at least.
yeah, yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. And the multiplayer I'm gonna keep at the same. I'm gonna keep that at
Mhm.
the same parameter. You know, I'm still enjoying it. I'm still gonna be playing it until Death Stranding comes out November 8th. So you know, I still got some exclusive time with it. Like that's the main thing I'm playing on my PS4, at least until November 8th. Um,
Mhm.
but I'm still enjoying it. I think it's just a matter of just learning this game, learning the playstyles, learning the maps. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just overall, you know, I think people are too quick to call it bad or too quick to like say, you know, oh the maps are broken, like without
Give it a
just
chance.
yeah, without just like yo, just slow down, give it a few weeks,
Yeah.
learn the maps, learn how this game is gonna function, you know, and then make a decision. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, I just think a lot of people are, you know, just really quick to judge this game. You know, which I think all CODs like you need time to learn the multiplayer. You know,
Yeah.
that's it.
Mhm.
You know,
I gotcha.
it's just different. It's not necessarily bad or anything.
Well, there you go.
There you go. There you go. So, I have a question for you, Christian.
Yeah. What's up?
How does your PlayStation gaming look towards the end of this year? What are you like definitely copying day one? What are you definitely gonna be playing through? You know, I know you got a packed school schedule and all that.
Death Stranding's a day one. I'm gonna start that thing up Thursday night. I don't have any. I have a couple responsibilities on Friday,
Just a
but
few.
I'm gonna marathon that because that is a long weekend.
Do you know what I found out that was very unfortunate? I'm going to Houston that weekend and I forgot. And I'm like,
I
shit.
I did have plans that weekend, but they fell through. So
Ooh, okay, so banger. You're all good. Mine have not and will not fall through. So
yeah.
there we go.
So for the amount of time, like similar to Red Dead last year, I started Thursday night the second I could, and I played until I fell asleep. I'm doing that most of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I have Monday off.
Okay, dude, you're about
So
to beat
I
this
will
game.
most likely have Death Stranding finished by the Tuesday we record.
Oh, oh, beautiful,
No
beautiful.
promises, but I'm gonna try.
Me, I'm gonna play it Thursday night, right?
Yeah.
And I think my flight leaves out of here at 1 p.m. So I have Thursday night and Friday morning, and then I
Gotcha.
think I'm back Monday noon. So maybe Monday night,
Mhm.
maybe. But I'll have at least 3 sections to play. That's Stranding. I want to get. I'm not expecting to beat the game. I just want to just have at least 2 hours on the belt. You know,
Mhm.
give me a little bit of time with it so I can talk about it. But I do. I don't know if you're available on Friday morning, but I think I'm gonna stream on this channel because I just want to know so bad what people are gonna say about this game.
Sure, yeah.
I want to know so bad. So expect a little stream on Friday for sure. You know, it might be just me. If that is cool, it's all good. I just want to know. You know,
Yeah.
similar to the Days Gone stream we did with those
Right.
Metacritics. Yeah, similar.
Also, aside from Death Stranding, Jedi Fallen Order, I'm in day one.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But as far as I know, that's it.
Mm,
Unless Black Friday, I pick up some things I missed this year.
yeah, yeah,
Like Outer Worlds, I might grab Control, Resident Evil 2. Those are the ones I'm thinking about for Black Friday.
yeah, yeah. I see. I see. I
So,
see.
and
I
those
see.
are all pretty relatively straightforward games that I could probably beat over Thanksgiving.
Control, you're looking at 9-10 hours. That's
Yeah,
fine.
RE2 is also like under 15 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Here, RT is pretty short.
and Outer Worlds, it depends on how you play it. You can finish it in like 15 to 60, I heard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna skip Outer Worlds for now.
Mhm.
I think I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least for me, it's definitely gonna be Death Stranding. Definitely gonna be Jedi Fallen Order. Both those day one.
Yep.
Still playing through Ori, and then I think in December I'm gonna replay one of the series. I'm leaning towards God of War via PS Now. I've definitely been, I've just been like,
Mhm.
I kind of play God of War. You know, I think I might. So God of War 1, 2, 3. I don't know if I'll play the PSP ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if I'll play those. Probably not, because I already played them back in the day, and they
Right.
aren't. They're good, but they're not worth a playthrough. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know, but might do that. Not sure. Um, we got Game Awards. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah. I feel like we'll at some point during the next few weeks we'll definitely give you all like a layout of how the rest of the year is gonna go for us on PlayStation Source, and then what is like the end date for breaks
Yeah.
for the channel. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So
Gotta
we'll
sort that out soon.
we'll definitely let you know. Definitely let you know. But
Well, until then, Kevin, if the people want to find you somewhere, where can they find you?
they can follow me on Twitter at the K Diaz. Once you follow me on there, all of my Jesus is King thoughts,
Hmm?
Modern Warfare thoughts, all my thoughts there. As well as you can check me out here on PlayStation Source. We got Road to Part 2 this week as well on Saturday. Get hyped for that. We're talking about an interesting thing that.
What's the top?
What is the topic? I don't know if you saw on Twitter this weekend, but we may have found uh, a very significant character that may have just been found in a trailer. Tommy. I think we found him. Which is quite interesting.
But
But
Kevin, Tommy is definitely in that trailer. He sits there on that couch and talks to Ellie.
you're right. But he could be sitting somewhere else in that trailer.
Interesting.
I'm telling you, you're gonna have to listen to the episode to find out. I don't know. But that's one of those things where I'm like, I really wish y'all didn't find this, because this is too on the nose. Like, guys, I think we cracked the code here, and like, god damn it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. But it's all right though. Check out that on Saturday
Very nice.
for sure. Where can people find you, Christian?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Chris N. Buckley, as well as a Star Wars podcast over on youtube.com/joyclicks. For PlayStation podcasts, though, like this one and Road to Part 2, you can check us on YouTube here on the channel, of course, as well as podcast services, Anchor, Spotify, iTunes. We have our long-form episodes on those outlets, as well as Discord, linked in the description if you want to make some bets about upcoming game Metacritics,
Yeah.
conversations about games, predictions on things. Lots of that in the Discord recently. But that's going to do it for the episode. So I hope everybody else who playing Modern Warfare enjoys it in the coming weeks. But until next time,
Greatness awaits.
see ya.